Other than blood and gore, Mortal Kombat stands out from its fighting game contemporaries in terms of its character endings. Where most fighting games will have a very one-dimensional ending on how the character celebrates winning their tournament or defeating their mortal enemy, Mortal Kombat has always taken the philosophy of having the endings provide an interesting twist or simply a device to continue the narrative. It's one of the best methods that the writers deliver the story to the viewers. I put up a poll asking what the best Mortal Kombat ending is, and these are the responses that you, the viewers, answered with. Romaine says, "Yo Shinfitz, thank you very much for the question. In MK11, my best ending is the Frost ending, because I love it. In the second place is the Sindel ending. In the third place is the Scarlet ending. We're not going to watch all three of those, but we will go over the ending that he likes best, which is Frost."
Sub-Zero dismissed me. Raiden dismissed me. They all did, even Kronika. Until I froze the smug looks off all their faces and became the Lin Kuei's new Grandmaster. The Hourglass offers even greater prospects. With it, I'll mold history to carve my name on everyone's lips. But even its power has limits. My vision can be upended by people's individual choices. Unlike Kronika, I won't let these imperfections fester until time itself must be restarted. The Lin Kuei will be my time warriors. Traveling through history, they'll get rid of those whose actions threaten my vision. From now on, no one will overlook my greatness. I'll never be dismissed again.
This is a pretty basic ending, but I do like how it addresses Frost's desperate need to be accepted, and I can believe someone like Frost would do something like this if they had the power of the Hourglass. Mark Kari? Forgive me if I butcher these names. This man says, Sindel's ending in MK1.
As the darkness enveloped me, I took a long last look at my family. I did not expect to see them again until their souls joined mine in the living forest. But miraculously, my beloved husband delivered me from oblivion. Though he couldn't save my body, Jared had preserved my soul. Like him and countless others, I am now a part of Ermac. Yet ours is not a peaceful repose. The collected souls within Ermac have their own needs and agendas. Before we can speak as one, we must first reach consensus. I had thought, as the former rulers of Outworld, I and Jared would hold sway. But here we are, two souls among many thousands, fighting for the right to be heard. And if there is one thing we do well together, it is fight. We will win the right to govern Ermac as we once had governed Outworld. And we will rule for the benefit of all.
It has been said that every Mortal Kombat 1 ending, excluding guests, of course, are canon to the story, which would be a first for the series. Whether that's true or not, this one is absolutely canon. I like how Ermac has a bunch of souls fighting for the right to control his body. It sort of reminds me of the movie Split, which if you haven't seen, you must go and see. Also, if Sindel is in control, does that mean Ermac is a You know what? Actually, let's just move on to the next one. Zorjana says, Cabal MK11 ending. The F is bro doing with Serena. And if you look carefully, you will see he is with Serena. Let's take a look at that right now.
Shit sounds cool, right? The power to control time, immortality, destiny. Well, let me tell you, this job sucks. There's no pay, no weekends, and your shift lasts forever. The only smart play is to turn back time and give it back to Kronika. Bet your ass she's grateful, too. I didn't ask her for much, just a chance to take out anyone who's ever tried to burn me. Black Dragon was always more of a gig than a brotherhood anyway. Now I get to live large, enjoying the simple life of a well-to-do family man. And if Shao Kahn or Shinnok ever come knocking, my family and I'll take them down. Just like I took down Shinnok's mom.
Gotta admit, I don't like this ending very much, though it does give some slight insight on Cabal's character, in the sense that, well, he's lazy. I suppose it does show that not everybody wants to have all the power. It's kind of like being the boss at work. Some people are just content with just clocking in and clocking out without all the extra responsibility. Also, it is indeed strange that he would make Serena be his wife. I wonder if there's something to that. Razu X5 says, Ermac's deception ending, because he became a full-on hero that saved the defenders of Earthrealm from Onaga's control and then joined them afterwards. And all it took was Kenshi freeing him from Shao Kahn's control to help Ermac find new purpose and become a badass character. Plus, he's the only ninja that succeeded in the original timeline. I don't know what he means by Ermac being the only ninja that succeeded in the original timeline. Sub-Zero didn't succeed? Anyway, I don't know what he means by succeeded. But regardless of that, let's take a look at Ermac's deception ending.
In an outer chamber of the Dragon King's throne room, Ermac did battle with Liu Kang's enslaved comrades. Ermac was more than a match for the 5 warriors, but their defeat was not his objective. Liu Kang materialized and one by one freed their souls while Ermac occupied the rest. Eventually, all 5 were awakened from their enchantment and freed from Onaga's control. Ermac was pleased that his warrior's skills could for once bring about a noble outcome. He sensed, however, that an ominous force still shaped the destiny of the realms. It was everywhere. He could feel its influence on Onaga, though the Dragon King was oblivious to its manipulation. Time was running out. Ermac feared the celebration of this latest victory would be short-lived.
This is a cool ending, showing that Ermac can 5v1 some of the warriors, at least for a little while. Not necessarily beat them all 5-on-1, but he can at least hold them off. The ending is also an interesting foreshadow to what's to come. A lot of people deduce that it's referring to the One Being, which I'm sure they intended at the time that they made this ending. But what would actually come to pass would be Kronika. Now, the description here does absolutely fit the One Being, but I believe it also fits Kronika. So whether or not it's foreshadowing the One Being or Kronika, I suppose could be left up to interpretation. How about you guys tell me who you think this ending is referring to? Harley Crooker 5676 says, my favorite ending is Sub-Zero's ending from Mortal Kombat 11. What I loved most about his ending is how Kuai Liang and Bi-Han reunited and saved the world together as brothers. It was amazing to finally see them be allies / brothers. That's what I call true bro power. And it's true, I don't think we've ever really seen Kuai Liang and Bi-Han working together other than in MK1, I suppose. I just immediately debunked that statement. Nonetheless, let's take a look at Sub-Zero's ending from Mortal Kombat 11.
Once I gained the hourglass, my first thought was to rewrite history and redeem the Lin Kuei's honor. But then I thought of Bi-Han, his life consumed by evil. Before I could redeem my clan, I had to redeem my brother. With the hourglass, I wound back time to our childhood. I studied every second of Bihan's life to understand why. Why he embraced Sector's corruption. Why he reveled in the vile power given to him by Quan Chi. Armed with that knowledge, I resculpted the sands of time. I changed Bihan's life and unfroze his heart. Now we are comrades, not rivals. Together, as joint Grand Masters, we lead the Lin Kuei in defense of Earthrealm.
This ending doesn't really tell much about Kuai Liang other than his laser-like focus on the Lin Kuei and his reverence for his older brother. But one interesting tidbit is that it seems, as far as Bihan's allure to evil goes, that it's one created by nurture and not nature. Scorching Productions 1 says, it would probably have to be Rambo's MK11 ending, because not only does it fit the character so well, it feels like a true farewell to the character. And I have to agree, I think this was a pretty cool ending. Let's take a look at Rambo's ending from MK11.
I didn't ask for this war, but once it started, I had to finish it. Hands down, Kronika was the toughest enemy I ever faced. All my tactics, my training meant nothing against a god like her. In the end, it was a battle of wills. It never occurred to me that for winning, I'd get her hourglass. At first, I hoped to right every wrong in history. But then I figured out doing it meant I'd have to decide the fates of billions. Picking who lives and who dies for eternity? It was going to kill my soul. I'd end up no better than those old men who sent us off to war, not giving a shit about what would happen. And that's not the man I want to be. It's time to walk away, for good this time, leaving the pain and the ugliness behind. After all I've been through, I've earned a little peace.
Rambo seeking solitude and a peaceful life after taking part in bloodshed really fits his character, and like Scorching Productions stated, it's a pretty satisfying farewell to the character. The secret combatant that hides in the light of La Luna said, Joker's MK11 ending. As stated before, guest endings aren't canon, but that doesn't mean they can't be cool. Let's check it out.
This was my dream vacation. I saw mayhem, mutilation. It was all a gas. For a while. But these nincompoops, they didn't really get me. Not even that pretty boy, Ninja Mime. Good night, sweet prince. I'd finished just about everyone worth finishing in Earthrealm and Outworld, even lovable old Netherrealm. I was a lonely heart in search of new friends. But as luck would have it, I had just the gizmo to find them. And oh, the hourglass spoiled me. Havoc and I are going to be bosom buddies. And what's that? My new pal knows an entire realm devoted to law and order, and he exists solely to disrupt it. Well, I say, he and I need to get busy. Meet the League of Misunderstood Maniacs. We're giving Order Realm an enema. And when we're done, who knows where we'll crash next? Maybe we'll come to your house and slip live grenades under your pillow. Maybe we'll gut your favorite pet. Or maybe we'll just break your TV right now.
The idea of Joker being a physical threat never sat well with me, no matter what the medium. Joker is a challenge for Batman because Batman's a detective, and Joker's plots rarely, if ever, make any sense. That being said, Joker teaming up with Havoc to round up Melina and Su Hao to cause destruction in Order Realm, that is a plot to a 30-minute episode I'd happily watch. Elder Munch, funny name, Elder Munch says Sub-Zero's MKX ending. Raising, training, and riding frost dragons. Absolute giga. Let's check it out.
Grandmaster Sub-Zero knew his Lin Kuei clan would need more than martial arts to stave off future threats to Earthrealm. In the frozen reaches of Outworld, he found the answer. A female frost dragon with a clutch of eggs. With his ability to freeze, Sub-Zero hatched the Dragonlings. They accepted their Lin Kuei masters and their training as combat mounts. With a force of dragon riders, the Lin Kuei's ferocity became legend. None dared risk conflict with Earthrealm.
Again, we get a Sub-Zero ending that doesn't really tell much about his character or give us an interesting twist. But how can you not like ninjas on dragons? I agree, Elder Munch. Absolute giga. Lord Trigon 1733 says, Baraka outsmarting Mileena in his deception ending revealed he was more than a savage goon and could be cunning too. Sadly, he didn't get much more of that kind of respect. I 100% agree with this, and it was cool how he was able to outsmart her. Let's take a look at the ending that led up to Baraka's ending, and then we'll go into Baraka's ending itself from Mortal Kombat Deception.
Because it was widely believed that Princess Kitana had slain her many years ago, none were suspicious of the veil Mileena wore to conceal her Tarkatan features. It was not difficult for her to assume the identity of the princess and take control of her alliance. To further conceal her deception, Mileena gave command of the armies to Boraicho and instructed him to lead the attack against Baraka's diversionary forces. Baraka's militia had failed to divert the enemy, and to her surprise, was decimated by Boraicho's forces. She then realized that she was in control of the most powerful military force in Outworld and Edenia combined. She had finally achieved her true purpose, her destiny. But Mileena could not continue her charade indefinitely, not as long as Baraka knew the truth. She ambushed him in the ancient beetle lair and fed him to a swarm of flesh-eating insects. All hail Princess Kitana. Baraka assumed that the treacherous Mileena had given her armies a powerful magic. They fought with savage brutality, but he could not stop their advance. He vowed that Mileena would pay for her betrayal. Baraka's warriors brought word that she had agreed to meet with him in an ancient lair, but Baraka was no fool. He sent another in his place. Baraka's scouts reported that the Earthrealm warrior Sub-Zero was near. He allowed his remaining militia to deal with him and set off alone to ambush Mileena. He knew by the scent of Tarkatan blood on her clothes that she had already killed the one he had sent to meet her. But her sense of smell was not as keen as a true Tarkata's. She was unaware of Baraka's presence. He barked her name, and when she turned to face him, he tore her apart.
Dating back to the second game, Baraka has always shown that his feral instincts push his senses to an almost superhuman level. Not only was he able to utilize those here, but he was smart enough to send a decoy instead of going himself to meet Mileena. I really wish the games gave more screen time to showing the intelligence of Baraka the way they did with this ending. Of the endings we went over in this video, which one do you like the best? Also, which ending out of all the Mortal Kombat endings are your favorite? Let me know in the comments so that we can discuss. If you made it this far, you can acknowledge me by hitting the like button. It really helps videos like this find viewers like you. So not only does it help me out, but in a way it helps the community out. Plus, it's free. You can hit confirm that by pressing the subscribe button to join the millions of Shinfitz subscribers. We post often, we do a lot of live streams, community polls, we're starting watch parties, And if you'd like to see more of that stuff, subscribe to the channel so that you can get a notification. Become a member of the channel and join the village hidden in the apps to gain access to exclusive watch parties. The link will be in the description. If you'd like to see who the absolute most scary Mortal Kombat character is, there's a link on screen now to that video. But more importantly than anything else, don't get beat up out there.